welcome to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
And I'm Ryan Dunigan. And I just want to say before I forget, didn't you just get didn't Carl Weathers just kind of give you a little bit of a shout out on Twitter?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up as my opener. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was flipping through waiting for you to come on Skype, and I was all, what the fuck? Carl Weathers? And then I clicked on it, it's like, okay, it's like the real Carl Weathers. It's not like some guy that's like, this is a parody account where, you can kind of tell it's not him. It's like, oh, he's got, 1,000 or 150,000 plus, no, 30,000 plus followers. And then I was all like, well, that's kind of a weird one. I'm like, so I started researching. It just said Spencer Holmes. # be peace. I was like, oh, okay. Don't know what this is about. And I started looking. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I was talking to Randy Jennings of the Arnold fans, and he was commenting about there was this Arnold Schwarzenegger show on National Geographic the other day. It looked like a cool one, kind of going through all his life, just kind of like maybe a different type of biography / I don't think necessarily a biography, more just like an in-depth personality kind of thing. Kind of like a great minds, great business, like one of those segments. I was like, oh, dude, I wish I would have saw that. And then he commented after it came out, he's like, oh, it was a great show last night. It had all the people like Ray Dong Wong and, Carl Weathers and so on there. And I left a comment where I'm like, well, would have loved to see it, but this is always kind of the downfall of not having TV, is you miss out on these like handful of programs that are pretty cool every once in a while. And then somehow, some way, Carl Weathers looks at that and goes, oh, be peace. And then I started flipping through that hashtag, and it just seemed like a lot of people doing kind of like almost like yogi-like things of like peaceful acts. I'm like, is my peaceful act not having TV?
Your great contribution to society. Well, I guess he saves energy by not watching television.
Well, yeah, Carl Weathers like, good man. Don't buy that TV. Don't let the cable companies and the sound companies get you.
Well, if Carl Weathers said it, then, it's like, okay, well, if he said it, then he must be right.
Exactly. So that was kind of a cool one. But I think what makes it neat, it's not like one of those ones where I was commenting on Carl Weathers going like, hey, Carl, I really liked you in Rocky 3. That's a great movie. It wasn't like one of those ones. It was, he reached out to me, and I'm the confused one. He's not the one looking at this text like, I think this guy likes Rocky 3. I don't know. It's a lot of, there's stuttering inside the tweet. I don't know what's going on. But instead, he reached out to me, and I'm going, what the fuck? What's this BP thing? Well, it sounds cool, but I'm not too sure what's going on.
Well, good for you for not watching his special.
And I feel bad now. Now I feel like I really got to see the National Geographic special thing there. So, I don't know. I don't even know. Where do you find TV shows like that once they're already aired? I mean, like
you could probably go on YouTube or something.
I guess that's true. YouTube would probably be the way to go to find something.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe National Geographic would be like, no, we're pulling that down due to copyright shit. But I could see them, like, not enough people watching it being kind of like, no. The more people see it, go ahead. We just want someone to fucking watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe you could watch it on, I don't know if their site has it, but still.
Probably, yeah. That's kind of crazy to be at a certain point in your life when you could just like think about that. To him, that was just something he saw. Just typed, okay, whatever, #BP, school, whatever. Now it's just like for us, just like Carl Weathers talked to you. He chose you.
He was in Predator. He was the second main character. Oh my god. You just like start fanning yourself like, oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know why he turned Jewish for a minute. Weathers.
Well, I'll say that as far as Twitter stuff goes, I've been kind of like, it's kind of like I'll be inactive for a while and then I'll do a lot at once. But lately I've been kind of inactive. But plus, I don't know what happened. My fucking phone did that thing like, hey, I want to send you instant information. And just like, then I'm like, okay, wait, no, fuck. How did I change it? So now I've been looking back, how to change it. But somewhere doing that, I messed up my settings. So now it's just like I'm getting, for whatever reason, I'm not getting notifications when someone tags me or puts me in something. So I'm going through it, looking through it. And don't tell me now. I know you know how to fix that, but don't make it supposed to be boring thing for the podcast. I'm literally like just like the old man of the show. Just, does this Twitter thing work? So.
Well, I will say,
if anybody's reached out to me and I haven't really responded, it's why, because this thing, I'm just inept when it comes to technology.
You mean it's not giving you any notification on Twitter or on like just your iPhone?
Well, it doesn't say. Let's not go into the whole thing right now. It's gonna be boring as fuck.
Sorry, I was just kind of interested in just saying, like, is it a glitch in Twitter or is it a glitch in the iPhone?
I think it's a Twitter for my phone or whatever. I don't know. We won't go into it. It's boring as fuck. I'll figure it out.
What about that Batman now?
What about that Batman? So,
How wish
no,
like Ryan can't get tweets.
Well, no,
Ryan can't get those important Carl Weather tweets that he always wanted.
maybe he sent it out to me too, and I just didn't fucking know because my thing's all
3 days
fucked
later,
up.
he just another one comes in, just says, "Fuck you, Dunigan. Fuck you in the ass, you fucking asshole. What, can't comment back on me?" Like, oh my god, Carl Weathers, look at that.
Be at death. How's that sound? Like, oh fuck, Creed is coming for me.
My peaceful life. I want you to be in the death zone.
He goes for like the handshake thing. She's like, "What's wrong? They got you pushing too many pencils." Like crushes my hand.
Oh, I do push pencils for my job. Of course you would, fucking pussy.
I like how he's like probably in his 80s by this point, but we're still imagining him being as jacked as he was in Predator or as he was Apollo Creed.
I know he is probably because he's probably a little bit older than Stallone and Arnold.
Well, think of how old he looked back in. Think of how old he looks back in Happy Gilmore.
That's true, and that's 3 or 4.
Yeah, maybe they old him up. Maybe they gave him a little bit of like hair dye, and he just crouch over a lot, wear the sweater to hide your guns.
That's true, because that's only about 5 or 6 years after Predator, which is weird to think, but yeah.
That is fucking weird, Jesus. Yeah.
Well,
but
it's sometimes when you go back in time and you think about like, man, I remember when I first watched Predator. That movie was only a handful of years old at that point.
Well, it's also one of those.
It was pretty much a new movie. You know, it only probably came out on VHS 2 years beforehand.
This is gonna sound really stupid for a second, but it's like thinking back on like I mean, it's just basic fucking math. When you stop and think about it for a minute, like 2000, like 9/11 seemed like forever ago. That was 2001. Then I think about like, wow, fucking Dark Knight. That's how I almost age things. Dark Knight only came out like 7 years after 9/11. You know, so it's weird. I don't know. I almost have like tag important historical events. Like, well, what movie came out around this time?
Or what Batman?
Yeah. Trying to remember what 2001 picture I was really excited for. I know 2002 was Spider-Man, so there's that.
I thought that was 2001 because 2000's X-Men, then I thought 2001 was Spider-Man.
I think it was 2000. It had to be 2002 because it was leading in. Oh, this will be fucking interesting for people here because it was September 11th, and then it was leading in. That Spider-Man came out summer of 2002, and everyone was still getting over 9/11.
Oh, you're probably about right. That sounds.
And remember that movie was also kind of like trying to push the whole like America, because it had
a hero can save us. He's not gonna.
That's a 9/11 song when it gets down to it, And plus, that movie was also trying to be all. I've read an article somewhere that was like, people think a big reason why people love superhero movies so much is because of 9/11, because our generation, is kind of on the cusp of that, and it's kind of it's always something as bad as a 9/11, but a hero coming in and saving it, but it still has all the destruction and all that stuff, so it's kind of relatable in some way. I don't remember. It went into like a more statistical way of it. Like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's all true, but.
Well, it's an interesting one to look at for the fact that in a sense, like, you had X-Men and then 9/11, and then from that point on, all the superhero movies come right afterwards. But I feel that's more just coincidental that seemed to happen. I don't think.
Yeah, same thing here. I mean, I think movies have pulled from 9/11 for like inspiration is not the right word, but I think for kind of like, all right, well, how does an explosion look, or what does a building look like falling down? Okay.
Well, it's no different than people pulling from inspiration from World War II. It's like
I'm not
like time. It's kind of like it's okay because it's like it's history now. That doesn't mean it's in a bad way, but it gets to a point where it's like it's accepted, it's history. Well, you can't do anything about it. That's just something that happened.
Even though it only the movie came out like 2 or 3 years ago. I remember when fucking Star Trek 2 came out in the darkness, and we're watching the movie. We just see this big evil Enterprise thing crash into San Francisco. Watching, it's like, okay, whatever. And then at the end of the movie, in honor and memory of all those who died in 9/11, it's just like, it's fucking years ago. It's a spaceship crashing through a fuck ton of buildings. Not one. That was some producer being going like, oh fuck, what if they come at us for this?
Well, yeah, it's kind of goofy too. It's like, okay, well, it's a sci-fi movie too, so it's like, okay, 200. In 200 years in the future, whatever fucking Star Trek takes place, it's like 9/11 is not going to seem that big of a deal compared to other shit that they have to deal with, in that time period. It's going to be It's gonna be no different than looking back, 1,000 years ago and going, oh, okay, so what happened back in Robin Hood's day,
Yeah. When when the sheriff was taking the kid's gold from his birthday party, that had to be got him. I think it seems so trivial, but back then they had to probably destroy that community.
Well, that's what I mean, though. It's like right now, it's like, oh, that's a fun, good story. I really like that Robin Hood one. Back they'd be like, oh, you fucker, you didn't know what it was like. We had to deal with fucking King John. He came down. You think he just took our money? No, he fucking raped our faces when he did it. He was fucking freaky. Oh, okay, yeah. He burnt down our villages and then pissed on the acids. Just to make us watch, damn it, just to make us watch.
And while his brother was off in the Middle East killing Muslims, and he was the good one.
Yeah, the good one was out there killing a bunch of non-Christians. You try to live in a world like that. Who the hell are you supposed to look up to, huh? Who the hell are you supposed to look up to?
That's like the dark and gritty Robin Hood.
So that's,
I mean, they tried that, didn't pan out.
So it goes to show that, no matter what, after some amount of time, we'll start having the one where it's just like, okay, here's George Bush as he goes to fight Osama bin Laden, and he's just like, ha, 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 I'm here to fight him off. Oh, look at you, trying to take, our 9/11 buildings away from us.
Yeah, I can see. Well, even now, people kind of make light of it. We're kind of even making light of it right now because it was so long ago. It almost seems so removed by this point, but... Yeah, they're almost. I will say it does sort of seem like the time frame. I think because we're all so I'm not trying to look too deep into it, but I think we're all so literally connected through the online and just communications this day and age. I think that people get okay with making fun of it so much quicker since it's not one of those word of mouth things. Like, did you hear? Did you watch the news?
Yeah,
and somebody
that's kind of true too.
Someone posts one little thing. You hear about it so much that I think it becomes kind of like overload. And then by that point, when someone finally makes a meme or South Park rips on it, you're kind of, all right, come on.
Yeah, exactly. So it is, but it's a fucking weird way to start a podcast out. It's like, okay,
Carl Weathers and 9/11.
Yeah, Carl Weathers 9/11. Are you in or are you out?
Yeah,
because I don't know what more to say from this point. But, well, we've been doing a bunch of podcasts in the last month. Felt like we had all kinds of things going on. Not only did we have a bunch of interviews, we were doing a copious amount of retrospects, but it seemed like we just really never got to sit down and just do a good old-fashioned let's just talk podcast, which is kind of our bread and butter formula of, the last almost 300 episodes.
I thought you were reaching for the notes. So I just see he's going for his fucking drink. Okay. Yeah. It's like, he's reaching for something. What is it? Like, oh fuck, he's looking at me. He's pulling me the ball. Shit. Well, there goes that spike. Anyway. No, well, I guess one thing, it was one of those things that kind of totally slid up on me after we had Ian Brown on, then we had David Razzie on for 2 episodes, and then all the Western retrospects. I was just like, shit, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. I haven't done anything for the last 2 weeks. And then I was walking to the comic book store. I'm like, oh, fuck, this came out. And, the most recent Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo Batman book came out. And I just totally slid by me. And got that thing, read it in a day. And I'm not going to, we'll build up to it. But I'll say that the short and simple one, I like this one. This one's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as other ones he did. But I still think that people are a little harsh on it from what I heard.
Well, and because I had Amazon to remind me on this one because I had it pre-ordered a while back. But the interesting thing about it is this is the last Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder book we're going to get unless they come back together at some point. So this is This is the breakup book for the moment, even though it's not like they totally broke up. But, they went on to different projects. They're probably like, fuck you, no. Not one of those ones.
These two could do, Booster Gold together, and I'd read it.
I'd be there to sec anything that Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder do. It's a
What are they doing? Strawberry shortcake. Oh, well, okay, let's find out what happens.
I bet it's going to be fucking awesome. So, no matter what, these are always the books I look more forward to than pretty much any other comic book in a sense. And, this one, it was an interesting kind of way. I feel like it does kind of as far as their run, because, it ends on Batman New 52, issue 50. For their whole 50 run, or issue run, it ends in kind of a fine way just to kind of say, okay, there's the ending of the Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo one, because this one sort of continues from what the last book was doing with that new villain Bloom.
Well, I do think that something these guys do is all their stories seem to kind of go on because your usual comic book arc seems to go on for like 6, maybe 7 issues. Where these guys, they seem to, if they're doing a Joker story, it is a tight, bundled up issue. It's a tight, bundled up arc that kind of gets done in the usual amount of books. Where if they do anything other than Joker, though, I notice it sometimes goes on to like probably like 12 issues or something like that. Which I don't got a problem with that, but I just kind of noticed that because when they did Court of Owls, that was 2 volumes. Death in the Family, big Joker story, that was 1 volume. Then they had 0 Year after that, and that had a little bit of Joker to a sort of extent because they're going against the Red Hood, but that was mostly a Riddler story. Then you get to this, then you get to Endgame, one single Joker story, and then you get to this one, Super Heavy, which is primarily Bloom.
Yeah. No, and it's more like it's the Jim Gordon as Batman storyline, which is, that in itself is a cool one too. It's like, that makes sense. Like, put Jim Gordon as Batman if Batman's not there. I mean, yeah, they've done Nightwing. They've had Azrael. They've had all kinds of people kind of do it, but Jim Gordon seems like a very logical choice, especially if, like, almost in a sense, the police government force decide to say, hey, Batman was a good thing. Well, let's put our top man in his position, to help defend the city. And I think almost by having Bloom kind of be, even has a nice line at the end where, like, Batman's telling the commissioner afterwards, he's like, or the commissioner's all like, man, I'm sorry, I wasn't, I was having a hard time there. I'm not the same as you. I'm not as good to defend the city. He's like, that's okay, because Bloom, that was your villain, and you took care of him. You did what needed to be done for the Batman of the city. And I thought that was kind of a cool little, like, pass. I'm like, no, this was your kind of section of the Batman universe. This, own up to it. This is your villain. This is, who you had a battle. And it was just kind of a neat way to play about it.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that's Super Heavy was like drastically different because it was the one where after Batman apparently dies, where I think Endgame almost seems like more of a solid ending, which it kind of shows because it shows to like Scott Snyder. Like for me personally, this is where it ends, but I know DC's not going to let me do that, so we're going to continue it on, of course. But for me personally, this is how Batman goes. Where this one, where it picks up, it's still really good and really entertaining, and Jim Gordon is he's just still in the place of Batman, but they kind of get across how much trouble he has, and he has to be a different type of Batman in order to get the job done. And even the thing he does to the extent of like, it's kind of like he still kind of is struggling with the whole thing. Like, man, I'm not Batman. I'm not Batman. I'm trying to do everything I can to be Batman. But at the very end, though, he does just the right thing in order to save the day.
Yeah, no, and that's what's kind of cool about it, is it's just sort of different from one. And he's got this sort of almost like mech bat suit on, and then underneath it, he's almost got like a jumpsuit, like if he was a pilot or something, in a Gundam. And just the different tactics he goes about it, because like, he can call in police forces, he can call this, he's just almost like the ultimate SWAT team member you could possibly have. And I think that's kind of a cool way to change up the whole Batman formula. Instead of the one-man army, it's like, no, this is the guy leading it, but it's, in fact, the whole police department kind of is part of the whole Batman brigade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will say it does seem kind of weird of all ways to end the run. I mean, maybe they weren't planning on it. I don't know if they planned on ending the run or if it just so happened to be where it ended.
I think it just kind of happened this way.
Yeah, I think it seems kind of weird that the last battle is kind of like a kaiju battle, sort of. I mean, it's cool. I'm fine with it being that. It just seems weird to be the last thing, the last big grand scale battle is that, where it's just Batman's in a big robot. Like, Batman's even a bigger, like, I think, this thing with Batman, he's always a one-upper. It's like Jim Gordon's like, oh, you got one of those? That's cute. I got this one. It's just this giant fucking just hulking beast. And then by this point, Bloom's turned big, so just becomes this Batman. Like, if you were bitching about Man of Steel, just Batman and this giant Bloom guy just crashing into shit.
Literally, yeah. It's like, you thought Man of Steel was bad. Wait till you see two fucking ginormous, like, a bat mech and a kaiju fighting each other and destroying Gotham.
Mm-hmm. But of course, Batman's... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you continue on real quick.
But I guess Batman's like, well, my bat readings on the bat computer says that this building was empty when I threw him into it.
Yeah, no, there's always a logical way to get out of it. But, they got that way. I mean, that's kind of cool, though. I will say this. I don't think I've ever seen that in a Batman comic, so that's different.
I'm not complaining about it so much. It kind of sounds like I am. It's more like, oh, that seems kind of like a weird way to end it, but they probably weren't planning on ending it there. It probably just kind of happened there. And It's not even so much of like because it is a cool battle, because that's something you got to give Snyder and Capullo. Every single final battle is something different from the last, and sometimes it's not even a big final battle. Sometimes it's just almost a game of wits. Like the big battle to Court of Owls was mostly just Batman taking punches, getting kicked around, knocked around, and all he had to do was just lay a little tiny explosive on the bad guy to make short circuit his jetpack and make him crash into something. Then
Oh yeah.
Joker was another thing. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of a fist fight, but then it was just short fist fight, but then more of just a long talk and just planning it all out. And then I want to say like 0 Year, that was a Riddler story, so just got to outsmart him. And then Endgame was the one like, fuck this, let's box.
Yeah, and then you could just get the total like, fucking, we're taking each other out. We're gonna go down to the depths of hell together.
Yeah, and this one is like kaiju battle, which I never thought would happen in a Batman book, but came out pretty awesome though.
No, and I think that the Bloom villain is kind of a neat one too. I think it works well for Greg Capullo's style. It almost brings out the Spawn element, putting that into the Batman universe, because this character is almost, it's a lot different than like your regular Batman villain. This is one of these kind of books if you pick this up, you're like, I always liked that Dark Knight movie. I always wanted to see more Batman. And if you pick this one up, this might kind of go like, oh, are they all like this? This is kind of weird and different. It could throw someone off a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, plus when all the different citizens are taking the Bloom gene or whatever, and they all start turning all skinny and all that. There's multiple Blooms running around. Their
like
faces
heads all
are
like
shrunken
transforming. They look kind of like alien-like.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this is also the story too where Batman finally comes out of like his, I don't know, his amnesia or whatnot, and becomes actually full on back to being regular Batman we know and love. And it's almost like a very sad moment too, where he's like, I figured out I got to get back there to save the city. Jim Gordon needs my help. He's like, but if I use this computer setting, whatever, this will bring back my memory. It'll give me everything I have, because for the last, I don't know, 8 issues or so, since he kind of came out of the hospital, came out of the coma and everything after battling the Joker, you didn't know he was Batman. He was just like, oh, I'm just peaceful Bruce Wayne, just living life. Here's this, little like preschool thing. Well, I'll go work there for a bit. Oh, there's this nice lady here and everything like that. He's just living life. He's like at the park feeding the geese and everything like that. Like living the most relaxed, like billionaire's lifestyle. And sad part is Alfred sees it as like, oh, that's what I always wanted for Bruce. I always wanted him just to be totally at peace. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a future. He's got all this stuff here. And all of a sudden, it's like, no, Alfred, I got to get back in there. We got to use the computer. It'll bring me back. It's like, I don't want you to go back. It's like, no, it's the only way to save the city. It's like, the computer's fucking broken. He's like, no, it's not. It's got a secret passcode. Alfred.
Oh, yeah, there's that part. And like when he finally goes to come back to Alfred's just like crying, like, no, this is not. He's just, full on. It's like one of the saddest panels that I've seen in the Batman book.
I know.
Batman walks in, he's all like bloodied up, but he's like in his he's basically in street clothes. He looks like almost kind of like a drifter. And he says, take me to my cave. And it's just a picture of Alfred holding his ears closed, eyes closed, just crying. Like the things he never wanted to hear again.
Like he was like going to hide that cave from him for the rest of his life. And
even when... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it was just, he knew that he finally got to a point where it's like, Bruce, you're at peace in a sense. Don't give this up. Of course, Batman's like, well, let me tell you something, Alfred. Those fucking readers right there, he's like breaking the fourth wall, ain't going to pay for fucking happy life Bruce. He's like, well, maybe they will. Give it a chance, Bruce. Give it a chance.
They don't want to pay to see Bruce Wayne teach finger painting.
Yeah, the little kids, like, after school hours.
For an issue or two, it's nice, but let's just get back to punching things, because that's what they want. That's the real reason. But there's the part where, I'm surprised it kind of kept Alfred the Stub. I was almost in a world of like all this crazy science fiction and all that they would have given him a robot arm, like, oh look, we cloned you a new arm, or a new hand. I'm wondering if like some other writer's going to come in and retcon that later, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully they keep it.
Like, hey, put a gun on his arm like Barrett from Final Fantasy. Like,
if they did, I'm like, well, that's a choice. Not sure if it's one I would have made, but it's a choice, so let's see where it goes.
It's kind of cool that Alfred has a minigun on his hand, so okay.
I'll get the door, sir. Yeah.
Oh, I guess we need another door.
What a shame. I don't know, for some reason, just turned the Alfred from the Gotham
Like
show.
Gotham.
Yeah.
That Alfred, if
Oh,
he
get
lost
the
his
dogs.
arm, he would get a minigun on it instantly.
Oh, he so would, dude. That Alfred doesn't fuck around. I started watching Gotham 2 on Netflix, and near like halfway point of season 1 was okay. This show actually is kind of good. Season 2
2
though,
is so
it's
fucking
like
good.
like I'm surprised at some of the shit they get away with in that show. Fucking, I'm not done with it yet, but fucking Goth like a penguin feeding a lady her children.
Exactly. The thing about Gotham is it was one of those shows we talked about it when it first came. We're like, yeah, it's just kind of like CSI or Law and Order with that. As that show gone on, I literally dropped watching Arrow, Flash, all the other ones. It's like if I only have time for one show, it's Gotham. And the main reason I like that show more than all the other ones is that the sad part about Arrow and Flash is even though they're always good, it's a lot of times it's the same old stuff kind of happening, just different day, slightly different scenario. In Gotham, every fucking episode is completely different from the next, and that's what I like about it so much. Yeah, there's a couple little hangups in there, like I really fucking wish that Fish Mooney would have died, but no, she's still there in season 3, so you gotta deal with her. But other than that, though, that show is so damn good. I mean, Bruce Wayne's good, Jim Gordon's amazing, Harvey Bullock's great, Alfred fucking steals the show. I mean, the Penguin's fantastic. Like, that show really won me over more than I thought it would. And I think if you accept it as, hey, no, you know who the real Batman is in that show is Jim Gordon, it's perfectly fine that way.
Well, something about that show, it's even like, I mean, because the first one, I mean, it was good against footing, and I guess it was almost trying to just be like, okay, if the fans can get this out of the way, we at least could probably get in other people. Because there's like some of the stuff they do, like when Riddler would come in, like, so what killed him, Riddler? Well, what has 4 fingers? Da da, enough riddles. Just like,
Yeah.
And then he's always be holding like a coffee mug with a fucking question mark on it. Or didn't like there's that thing when they go see like Poison Ivy. He's like, hi, what's your name? Like, Ivy. Actually, it's fucking Pamela, but just some of those small things like that. But you're like, oh, whatever. But then as it goes on,
Yeah, it kind of like corrects itself. It's still one of those ones where you got to kind of accept it. It's not going to be your normal Batman. It's an alternative elsewhere story. But once you kind of get into it and let that show run, boy, does it get good. And that season 2, yeah, as I said, that's the only TV show I keep up to date with. Well, that and probably South Park. And as I said, I don't have enough time to watch. I had even had to drop, Arrow, which was kind of my secondary one. And, there's so many cool DC shows out there, but when it all comes down to it, it's Gotham's the one.
which you never thought you'd say, I'm sure.
I know, it sounds weird to say that now because it's always like, oh, first I was like, well, Gotham's is okay. I kind of watch it just because it's there, but, really, Arrow and Flash are kind of the ones. And now it's like, nope.
But as far as I guess as far as
Blue. Wait, we left off on like Alfred fucking crying. You know what's really cool is that Gotham show.
Yeah, well, when he's crying though, all that shit, it's just like they do a good job of like making Alfred a big central character because even though Alfred's always been a great character, it's always been kind of like great couple of one-liners, tells Bruce what he needs to hear, he's out the fucking door. Where it's Snyder's run, he's always a big part.
Yeah. And that's important because I think Alfred is just one of the most pinnacle characters. He's almost the thing I look most forward to in almost any interpretation. And he really is almost like, doesn't matter which Batman you're watching, he's always super fucking awesome. Even if somebody didn't like, the original 4 Batman movies, that Alfred, though, is still fucking badass. And just like as he is in, Dark Knight, just like how he was in Batman v Superman, just how he is in Gotham, animated series, Alfred's always just such a great character.
Mm-hmm. Once another great moment in this book, it's when Bruce is going to the pond where he's always going to, and then this other guy who's very slender just kind of walks up, sits down next to him, and the conversation's like, yeah, I got amnesia too. I don't know what happened. I just see you here all the time. And as the conversation goes on, I mean, I think you probably piece together who it is when you first see him, but he's talking to the fucking Joker. Joker's lost his memory too.
And yeah.
He says, like, something's not right, though. I know that I forgot and I should be happy, but he's about to kill himself. But then what stops him is there's a big explosion. That's when Bruce runs off, like, I gotta help Jim Gordon.
No, that is a neat one there, too. Because it's just, I don't know, I think it's just that different take of what happens if these guys kind of lost who they were and what type of people would they be. And it's that thing that, Bruce becomes something very happy and the Joker just becomes depressed and suicidal.
looking at this, look at Greg Capullo's drawing of like Batbeard. I'm kind of thinking here. Want to know who he really looks like with the beard?
Who does he look like with the beard?
I just got Nice Guys the other day on Blu-ray, and he looks like Russell Crowe with the beard. From Nice
No, he
Guys.
does. That's definitely true.
Like if Russell Crowe started doing like sit-ups again, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of got a little bit more back in the shape.
And that's not me talking shit. I know that he could still probably kick my ass. Even like, I'm kind of glad that he's just kind of like, fuck it. I like cheeseburgers.
Well, he's almost got like the Bruce Willis kind of build, because that's always how Bruce Willis was. You know, I mean, he never had the Stallone or Schwarzenegger style, but you know he could still kick ass.
Yeah, but no, I guess if they ever will, actually, he already played Jarrell's. I'm trying to think. Wasn't there a movie where? Trying to think. Oh yeah, there was. There was 310 to Yuma, where it's Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. So now I'm thinking oh, well, I guess they did have Jarrell and the Batman team up so far.
Yeah, they did. It was a Western team up too. Could have met Jonah Hex in that one.
I met Jonah Hex. Fuck, Jonah Hex was such a disappointment. How do you fuck that up?
That movie, you know, I have that movie on Blu-ray, and you know, it's not one of those ones. I don't think it's like totally a screwed up movie. I don't think it's like one of those ones. It's the many movies where it's not as cool as it could have been, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's like a 2.5 out of 4. Like, it's still enjoyable. I still had a good time watching it. I watched it 3 times, once in the theater and twice, I think, on Blu-ray. And I still like it. You know, it's not, once again, nothing amazing, but it's still fun, and it's still a Jonah Hex movie. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel like it captures the element in it. It's one of those ones that feels more like feels more like 9/11 superheroes more than it feels like later days stuff. But
it feels like, I'm not saying this exactly, it feels like Daredevil era.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it feels like it could have been made right around that time period, and it would have been probably more acceptable then. Where since it came out in the late 2000s, late 90s, in the late 2000s, or 2010 or 11, what the fuck did that movie come out? Well, whatever.
It had to be like 2010 or 11. Yeah.
So when it came out then, I think it was one of those ones people were expecting just a little bit more out of it, and it kind of was just sort of like almost like a low budget knockoff DC one. And you know, I guess it's in the same similar category as Green Lantern, and that's another one I like too. Once again, not perfect, but still, if you accept it for what it is, it's still a pretty darn enjoyable movie.
I mean, look, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's kind of just how I felt about Jonah Hex. Like, I still like it. Yeah, you know, hopefully someday they'll make another one. It'll be even better, but. You know, like many other movies, sometimes it's like the first one's always kind of like, you know, that's the first step, and you know, it's almost baby steps as far as movies go.
Well, I get that, you know, sometimes that I'm not blaming any one individual. I'm not like one individual person for that, but it's like I understand. At least we got a Jonah Hex movie, and at least we got another Western made. But at the same time, I guess to me, it was already there for you. You didn't really have to do a whole lot to make that movie amazing, in my opinion. You know, I understand that, like, I don't even dislike the movie. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I don't know. I clearly didn't enjoy it as much as you did, but to me, it's just one of those things. Like, it's a dark Western with fantasy elements, and it stars Josh Brolin. John Malkovich is the villain. How is that anything short of amazing? I don't know. It's just one of the it had the perfect setup. You know what I mean? But it's not god awful. Maybe there's a whore. I mean, I don't really care. When I heard she was in it, I was like, whatever. I don't really care either way. But because you had Josh Brolin and like John Malkovich as the 2 leads, so I was like, oh fuck yeah. But then watching the movie, it was just like I don't know. Plus, there's all these cutaways for what was clearly meant to be an R-rated movie.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the downfall of it. Is it probably should. They just should have went balls out R, you know, and made it a really badass flick. And once again, I think if you accept it for what it is, like probably if you did a second watching of it and you kind of knew what you were going into, you probably enjoy it just a little bit more. I think it's just we were in the theater, we were fucking amped. I just remember that it was like new Western plus comic books together, whoa! Like one of those kind of moments. You know, if there was trading cards there, we would have strangled the person for them. Like, this is too much for one. And then you kind of got the movie that's like, oh, kind of walk out like, well, there was some cool stuff in there, but not really as cool as I thought it was going to be. I'll tell you that the Blu-ray has some sweet special features though.
About Jonah Hex, okay.
Yeah, they got the
next
one
time at the pawn shop.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, if you see the Blu-ray, I found it at Big Lots for like $5. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll buy that. Fucking A.
Mm.
That's the thing, is I noticed that like sometimes the superhero movies that aren't nearly as good, they have like the much better special features. Like that Electro one, it blew my mind how much was on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the one that, well, shit, they need more than this movie. If you think it's one of those things like,
Yeah, put the effort
what?
you did in the special features, and you would have an amazing movie because they put some great effort into those special features.
I remember the Daredevil one, like not the director's cut, the original Daredevil one. Like, here's like a whole hour like summary on like the like history of Daredevil. Like, holy shit, why? How did not you put this much effort into the final cut of the movie?
I know it's kind of weird that they did that. Well, if you get the Blu-ray now, they combined them all together pretty much. So,
Oh, okay. Good
but
to
yeah,
know.
it's that kind of one. I kind of miss those days though, like when they used to put some really sweet special features. Because nowadays it seems like, every once in a while you get a movie that's got some good special features, but it's almost not that big of a deal anymore. So either movies don't put it on there, or if they do, you get kind of like the half-ass, like, oh, here's a 9-minute long one, just a couple of the actors talking that they just happened to round up at the time, and that's all
Well,
you get.
I noticed like fucking Nice Guys didn't have shit on it. I mean, I love that movie, but
Yeah, I was kind
Blu-ray
of
for
bummed
that
too
didn't
because that
really have.
movie's kind of expensive too.
It was really expensive,
It's
yeah.
like $25.
So
That's the problem. Is like the movies that I always end up spending $25 on. It was like Pain and Gain. Great movie, fucking worst Blu-ray ever. No fucking special features whatsoever. There's not even an audio commentary on it, and it was $25.
I noticed movies with the cooler special features, assuming they had the budget for it, is something like kind of an independent movie, something like Hobo with a Shotgun,
Oh yeah, I had a
or
really good
like
one.
or like Clerks 10, something like that. And there's,
Yeah,
I
but they're
mean,
like super special edition like that. But
which is like a 10-year anniversary, or if you get something like the lines of like it's not even, it just came out around the same time. Remember Lord of the Rings, that was back right when those came out, that was when it was a big deal and have special features. So like, look at all this extra shit, now it's just like, oh, we got like a 10-minute making of, like, here's someone doing some sit-ups getting ready for the character. That's how he's dedicated to his craft. And oh, here's a bunch of shit you can't afford in order to make this movie.
yeah, well, that was like, when Lord of the Rings had their special features, that was like the pinnacle of like special features. It was like any movie you bought from about like 2000 to about 2007, it was like guaranteed a copious amount of special features. Like the idea of not putting a second disc on your film was like, that was fucking out of the question. You know what I mean? Like you had to have that fucking second disc loaded to the max, fucking 6 hours, 3 times longer than the movie of special features.
Well, I remember, I think 2008 is where it started to kind of like veer off, because there it's like, okay, we got the regular one that has like the movie, maybe a trailer, and then we have the special edition with all the cool shit. And I remember like, because Batman Begins was coming out, bring it back to Batman, I was like, fuck yeah! And I just bought the first one I saw because I'm like, fucking Batman Begins, it's the coolest movie ever.
Uh-huh.
Then like, no special feature. What the fuck is this shit? Then later, I'm like, oh wait, there's a big special edition that comes with a miniature comic, this and that. It goes into like an hour, like a 45-minute like documentary on making a Batman, doing a gritty, this and that, and like, oh shit, okay. And then when Dark Knight came out, like, and Dark Knight Rises, like, yeah, we kind of put all the good shit on the last one, so on the first one actually.
Yeah, because I remember watching both Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. It was just like, oh, that's kind of it. It's like, boy, at least Man of Steel actually had some pretty good special features though. But other than that, though, it's always kind of the bummer nowadays that so many movies just don't have special features. Then at the same time, though, a lot of times I don't feel like I can have time to watch special features anymore like I used to, because
You just want to know you have them.
I'll still buy the super special edition, rape edition of a movie, but then it's like, oh, 6 fucking hours of crap. I don't have any time for that. I barely have enough time just to watch the movie over again, let alone watch the special features now. But still, I still love the special features. If I have the time, I like to be able to sit down and watch that.
I feel like it's just like you walking by like a DVD, a Blu-ray with like a sticker. It's just like 8 hours of special features. Like, you're not fucking going nowhere. I'll get to it.
Yeah,
You just gotta own it. You just gotta own it just for like, show it who's boss.
exactly. You gotta have that. But I know that kind of pissed me off with like some of the latest movies. But speaking of another Batman thing that kind of came out slightly recently that we weren't able to talk about, there's also the new episode of Batman Telltale that came out 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm. already forgot my decisions in that game.
I know that's the downfall. Is like when I was like, good thing they had like a last time on Batman, because if they didn't have that, I'd be like, I don't remember what the fuck I did on episode 1.
I remember how it ended. I remember the big ending is. I think the big question that really it kind of comes down most important thing, like, do you help Selena or do you help Harvey? Which me, everybody
In
helps.
episode 2,
Yeah, everybody helps
yeah.
Selena, but I actually went out of my way and helped Harvey because, like, well, Selena could take care of herself. Harvey's going Two-Face if I don't save his ass. So here we go.
Well, that's pretty much how I've been playing the game too. Is I just go, no, I do everything for Harvey, because we all know what Harvey will turn into if we don't do everything for him, and he probably still will anyways. But
You probably will. What if it's just something as small as like everything, like, and everything turned out okay. Oh, instead of hot coffee gets in his face. No,
Bruce, why? He's like, oh well, mostly Alfred always makes the coffee for me. My bad.
You see, I'm good at science and fighting crime. When it comes to the menial task of making coffee, I just it just slides by me. Right? You know what I mean? Oh shit, half your face is gone.
Yeah, I know, one of those things. Yeah, well, it's like one of those ones. I played it actually slightly recently because I downloaded it and it's like, once again, didn't have a whole lot of time. I was like, oh fuck, we got a podcast or something. I gotta get this fucking beat. At least it's only like an hour and a half, so it didn't take up too much of my time.
Well, something they did get a point across is like, no, like Thomas Wayne was a fucking dick. And if I was like, is this gonna be like some kind of turnaround thing? Are they gonna try and surprise you? And he's actually, no, he is a good guy. That he was just put in a weird situation. And Alfred's like, no, your dad was a fucking asshole. Just want to let you know.
He's like, I was packing my fucking bags the day that they fucking got killed. I was like, fuck Martha and fuck Thomas, and I don't give a fuck working at this manor. And in fact, I was gonna burn the living shit out of this place. And then they died, and I was like, well, I like Bruce. He's a good kid. Can't let him be by himself. So I unpacked my stuff and came back in the manor, put those matches away, and well, that gasoline smell that you always wondered about, Bruce, well, that's just never really going away.
That's why he told me never start smoking. Yes, Bruce, it is.
Bruce, no, don't bring those kids in that are half the cigarettes. I know that he's like, Alfred, gasoline only lasts for so long before it dissipates completely. He's like, yeah, I know, but I'm just afraid. I'm afraid. Literally, Bruce, there was gasoline everywhere. You know, that you went and saw a 2.5 hour long movie. You can imagine what I did in 2.5 hours of gasoline.
I would just imagine him just literally just walking around the whole mansion, just like just fucking buckets of the shit.
He just got like this humongous truck outside with a ginormous like.
Or he just spraying it with a fire hose.
Yeah, just hosing it down.
Like he's crying. He gets home like, they're dead, Alfred. They're dead. Why does it smell like gasoline? Don't worry about that. It's just you're sad. You're imagining gasoline because you're so sad. Why does it make any sense? Shut the fuck up. You're sad. Go. Yeah. Tomorrow will be a better.
Fuck up here. Drink some alcohol now. You wake what? I mean, you know, your nighttime medicine. Oh, okay.
It tastes like Dad's breath. Oh, we're not even going near there. All right.
And even in this Batman, though, it's like there's like the sad Alfred moments where he's like, I was trying to protect you, Bruce. I was doing it all for you.
Did you give him the dick hole up? Did you give him like the what?
No.
Alfred, shut the fuck up. Where you're like, okay, it's okay, Alfred. Get Alfred.
It would be hard for me to be like a dick to Alfred because generally, lots of times Batman's already such an ass to Alfred that. And it's that weird thing where it's like, no, they totally like love each other, not like in a gay way, but you know, like as family. Yeah. But it is that one. Sometimes you like in just certain episodes and comics and things like that. You're like, fuck. Sometimes Batman is just like the biggest dick to like Alfred.
I was thinking there's the April Fool's episode of like animated series where he just is like, Alfred, how get my bath ready? He's like, Alfred. He's like, I said I'd draw you a bath. I drew you a bath. Ha ha ha. Holds up a little like piece of paper. I can just imagine if it was like Frank Miller Batman, just grabbed him by the collar. Don't you ever fucking do that again!
Just like starts beating him over the head with his sketchbook. Throws in the fire. I don't want any creativity out of you.
Yeah. Only thing I want out of you is folding my clothes and making my fucking bath. He then punches like right past Alfred's head, like punches a hole in the wall. All the fucking like plaster and drywall comes out. Now clean that shit up, and walks out.
And then on his way out, he just grabs a cord and just starts pulling it, so it just tears up even more of the wall.
That's the thing. Alfred's not Jeff Johns Earth One Alfred, who's a total like Cockney brawler. But the old time Alfred, it's not. He's not even really. Doesn't even. It's not so much that he's like paid to be there. He's more just captured. He let Batman start doing all the Batman stuff, and then from there he says, "Oh my God, I know too much. I cannot go on anywhere, Alfred. You're stuck here."
He's like, in your neck, I got a timed bomb in there, so if you decide to run, I pull this switch and it blows your head right off.
I Battle Royale that shit.
Yeah, fucking Amanda Waller hooked me up with it. She says it works good on convicts.
You get further away, you get a certain radius away from me, boom, goes Alfred.
He's like, I got one of those underground dog fences out there. You run through that.
The only time you're allowed to leave is when you're with me.
Yeah. And you're going to be 10 steps right behind me the whole time.
So he's just and he hears everything. He hears everything. So he can't be like, he watches me. He keeps me here. I raised him, and this is how he treats me. He can't say that, otherwise his head's just going to explode. Like, Bruce, what happened? Your Alfred, your Alfred, your butler's head just like spontaneously exploded. I don't know. He's fucking old. They do that, right?
Yeah, old people.
It's exploding.
That's what happened to my dad. Well, sort of.
Yeah.
Somebody shot him. It was actually kind of interesting, at least the way that in the Telltale one, when they shoot Martha and Thomas, they do it kind of differently. It's like, oh, fuck. Thomas gets shot like 3 times and then gets shot right through the eye.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of a ballsy way to do it, kind of a way to break it up a little bit differently.
They are kind of they are trying to make it a little bit more violent with the game. They definitely are trying to make it an M-rated game. But I'm waiting for a rendition. I mean, I don't know. At what point is it blasphemy? And at what point is it, okay, something different, where they don't show the pearls?
I know. At least that one, too, once again, it was a different way of doing the pearls. At least he ripped the pearls off when she was dead on the ground. It's the small things that I notice. It's like, okay, it's not the same as, like, oh, she's falling backwards and he grabs it, or he takes it from the beginning or something like that. But yeah, at the same time, like the Telltale one, at least it's kind of doing its own thing, but it does do some things like, and it makes sense because they got to sell the game to people that probably only know of Batman as maybe all they've seen is Batman versus Superman. Maybe that's the only Batman they know. So they got to kind of make it for that audience.
Batman versus Superman, I will say, even though it could have totally gone without the whole
beginning.
I'll say this. That is at least probably the most accurate version of the death of his parents, because something gets several things across. Like, it wasn't just as simple as like, there they are, I'll shoot them. Like back in the original, it was one of those things. I think they're just trying to do it like a real man would stick up for his family. Because like Thomas goes swinging for a punch in Batman v Superman, which in the original there was that whole thing like, get away from them, you evil dog. Gets shot. Then his mother gets shot, and Martha. They made a point several times in multiple books that Martha is shot in the neck, and that movie clearly gets that across. It has the pearl, and it has that cool shot of the pearls around right in the camera. Yeah. So even though that scene didn't need to happen, that is, and plus they're actually walking out of the Mark of Zorro. So
yeah, well, it's one of those ones. The scene's done great. It's just you've seen it so many times that you kind of get to a point where
exactly.
It's like, oh, okay. And even in the Telltale one, once again, it's like, oh, okay, that's how this episode 2 opens up. But at least they did a little bit differently. And I do like how they kind of brought the Joe Chill sort of around in that story. Like, oh, maybe Falcone hired him. And then you kind of realize, no, that's not the case. But it is sort of an interesting way that they're playing with it. And then they also they introduced in the second one, they got this kind of new villain who kind of shows up in there. Which the only thing I really hope is it's not one of those ones that by episode 4, it's like he pulls off his mask. It's like, oh, it's just the Joker or something like that. It's like, I hope they keep it actually a brand new villain.
It's probably Scarecrow or someone else. He's
doing Scarecrow-like stuff, but I hope it is just a brand new villain. Because in a sense, I thought that was the biggest downfall to the last Batman game, Arkham Knight, was, oh, you got this brand new character called the Arkham Knight, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's cool. He's created by Jeff Johns and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's just Jason Todd. And, well, one, that's not how I feel Jason Todd would act anyways. And 2, it's just like, make it a new character. Like, I'm kind of at this point where there was a time period where I felt like, no, just don't make up characters, just use who's already there. But for certain places, I feel like, no, I'm actually totally cool with them making up a new character. And in a video game, it's like, sure, go for it. Like, that's fine. We already had the handful of other Batman games that had all the other characters in it, for the most part. Put some new characters in there. That's cool.
If
So I
Arkham
hope
Knight was a... Oh, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, I just hope in the Telltale one, it doesn't do the same thing Arkham Knight does.
If Arkham Knight was a movie instead of a video game, I probably would have been more forgiving about that, because there's only so much information you can get into a movie. So if they did that, I'd probably be a little bit more understanding for that. But since it's a video game, and even though we've never had Red Hood in a video game up to that point, it still just felt kind of, I don't know. Well, the second, you knew it was going to be somebody. It's not, I don't think anything by this point. I think there's a time where people are like, gee, there's some guy in a mask. That's somebody we knew already. I didn't know that. Now it's just, it's just common knowledge. It's going to be somebody we're already familiar with. So, and the second joke is like, hey, whatever happened to Jason Todd? I'm like, oh, fuck, it's going to be Jason Todd. For a minute, I was thinking it's either Thomas Elliott's, maybe it's Talia. But then, because they say, okay, he's acting kind of like an angry child, sort of. So maybe it's Tommy. It's probably not, by this point, it's not Talia. Because it seems a little too like, show me, Batman, show me what you got. I'm like, okay, that could be Hush. But then reaches a point like, oh fuck, it's gonna be Jason Todd. It's gonna be Jason Todd. I know it.
I know. Even though that game's still a really fun game, it's just like, I think the thing that bothers me about that is since I really like Jason Todd a lot, and then you just kind of watch like them kind of pulling him apart. It's just like, that's not how Jason Todd would act. I mean, it sounds kind of weird. Like, yeah, well, what do you fucking know about it? It's like, well, I read a lot of stuff that has Jason Todd in it, and we made Jason Todd a pretty predominant character in Drunk Batman. So yeah, I feel like I do got a connection to Jason Todd.
Well, the thing about Jason Todd is in that game, he just kind of came in, and he's really a bitch in the game because he doesn't get a redeeming moment. He just gets a moment where we see he's a good soldier, he's good at doing what he does, but he never fights Batman on equal footing. It's always kind of like, I'm at a point where you can't catch me, and I'm going to fire at you, or I'm going to come at you in a tank that's already much bigger than yours. There is no level of equal footing for this character. So you don't have that redeeming... Like, his introduction in both Under the Red Hood of the movie and the comic is him busting in a bunch of like drug dealers, like, look, you guys are going to sell to kids. If you sell to kids, I'm going to kill you. Oh, by the way, you're working for me. Want to know why? Here's a duffel bag full of all your gang members' heads. And I did that in 2 hours. Want to see what I can do in a whole night? That right there, it's just like, all right, he's a bad guy, but I already fucking like this guy. So...
Well, and the thing, too, about Jason Todd is I always viewed him as he's pretty much... Everybody always wants Punisher Batman. Well, that's who Jason Todd is. He's Punisher Batman. And in the Arkham Knight, it was just that thing where it's just like, no, it's like they turn him into this kind of like whiny guy. It's like, oh, Batman, you ruined my entire life. You could have saved me. And then once he gets to the point where he starts harming Jim Gordon and Barbara and all that stuff, it's like, he would never fucking do that. I'm like, no matter what, even if he had beef with Batman, he's not going to go after the other guys. It's like, why would he? So I don't know. When you think, maybe this is their thing too. It's like, well, they got Paul Dini off of the crew, so then it went all haywire for the writing part.
Well, I'll say this. Go ahead.
As I say, it's like, I know they had Jeff Johns there too, but it's almost like, it almost feels like it's made by people who, they know who Batman is, but they're not like Batman fans, if that makes any sense.
Well,
and I know we're talking about a game that was like year and a half ago or whatever, after we tried to talk about Telltale, but still.
Well, I mean, you kind of... What did you choose? What did you do? All right, yeah, I did that. Same thing. Okay. That's kind of the Telltale game. But I will say, regarding that, though, real quick, Jason Todd, he actually did start off as a villain when he was Red Hood. It took a little while for him to become an actual hero. Like, depends on how you view it. Like, at first, it was more like, no, he is a villain. He has some good qualities about him, but he is a villain. Then eventually, like, oh, no, he's actually... more of an anti-hero now, because there was a point during like when Batman was disappearing, there was the Grant Morrison run of a Damian and
Dick.
Yeah, and they're going against Red Hood, and he had a whole other like outfit. And he even had this weird thing about like he actually had red hair. Batman made him dye his hair black. And then there's like other things that happened, and eventually he just became a good guy. But and he did actually go attack. He did attack Tim Drake saying you're no real fucking Robin, because that's the Robin that came after him. And
Uh-huh.
but by this point in the New 52, they're actually good friends, Tim Drake and Jason Todd. So I don't know. I understand that it's that whole thing, kind of like the no, I don't want you, I'm not mad at you for not saving me in time. I'm mad at you for letting Joker live. And with Joker being dead, there'd be no real point of him being there in the first place. But I guess they needed a villain. They need to throw you a curveball. So there he is.
And I think it's one of those ones like maybe that curveball is really big to someone who doesn't know anything about Batman. Like, so let's say you've just seen the movies and you're playing this game, and maybe you didn't even play the first two. Maybe then you jumped into Arkham Knight just without even playing, or the first three, and so you're just into it there. Maybe that's a big curve. I think to like the full-on Batman fans, which you would think by Arkham Knight, that's almost like who this game's made for. Even though I know that that's also a gateway kind of Batman jump-on point for a lot of people too, especially younger people. But even still, it just felt like one of those ones like, oh, that's it. And bringing it all back to the Telltale, I just really hope that's not the case with this one too. I hope that it's something cool. It's not just like, oh, you're gonna pull the lazy writing, not like just try to create a full-on new character. And it's one of those ones like, I think it should just be a full-on new character. Why not? You know, that's what made Bloom kind of cool. You know, it's like, here's this brand new character to fight Jim Gordon Batman, and it's not anything like you've seen before, you know, and it ends in a kaiju battle. That's why Bloom was pretty sweet.
I think people like new characters in the comics. They don't like them in like adaptations.
Well, you know, it's like that's one thing. I feel by now there's been so much Batman. There was a time period where that would have been weird. By now, other than maybe a movie, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you want to make a new character in an animated show, if you want to make a new character in a video game, or even anything else like that, I think that's fine. I think the only time that might be a little bit weird is if they're like, okay, well, here's the next Batman movie, and well, I'll even say this, you know, there's just been so much Batman animated stuff and all kinds of things going on. Even if they like the Ben Affleck one, it's like, oh, well, guess who he's going to find this one? Well, he's going to fight some made up character. But let's say it was created by not Jeff Johns, because clearly it didn't work the last time he did that, but by even though I love
Well, he could. He'd do it again. It was just like
it was just a mess. But let's just say you got Scott Snyder to come up there and create a brand new villain for Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo to create one for Ben Affleck to fight in the next Batman one. I would be totally fine for that. You know what I mean?
Well, now they're hinting at, unless it's for Justice League, now they're saying Deathstroke.
I know, because they got that the Joe, what the fuck his name is? He's a really cool actor guy. I'm trying to blank on his name. Joe Mangione or Mangi. He was in that last Pee Wee Herman movie.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Well, like that was like the whole point of the movie is that he was like, "Hey, Pee Wee," and like he's like, "You should come to my birthday party. It's gonna be fucking badass." And like they happen to be him and Pee Wee were like identical, and he's playing himself in the movie, which that makes it even kind of weirder. But he's like, "So yeah, come on, I got my big birthday party happening in New York or wherever the fuck it is." And he's like, "Come on by."
Okay. Well, maybe I'll check that out eventually. But I'll be honest. I was one of the few people. I was never a Pee Wee Herman fan. I never disliked Pee Wee Herman. I just was never a fan of Pee Wee Herman.
Well, he's one of those kind of people. Like I can see why. Like my dad, like fucking hates Pee Wee Herman. It's just like there's just like this primal, like I don't know, rage. Is like if Pee Wee Herman comes on TV.
I just see your dad walk in like, son, what the fuck you doing? Like my dad would be straight up like, Ron, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Oh, your dad would be like, Spencer, I just don't understand. What's going on here?
Yeah, like he doesn't like Pee Wee Herman like the same way he hates hobbits. Like they're just
Lord of the Rings, really?
No, yeah, my dad. Well, he doesn't like fantasy in general, but something about the hobbits, he just thinks they're like the gayest characters.
Just having. Boy, I know that your dad's not on the show or nothing, but I'm just imagining just your dad. Because your dad's the most nicest, most chill dude, but just being kind of like, I just imagine him just sitting in theater, just like, man, fuck these hobbits. You know, fuck these hobbits, Spencer. I can't fucking stand these fucking hobbits. Hope they all fucking die. Jesus, Scott. I'm like, yeah, Ryan, I said it. Fuck them. Hope they all die.
He had an extremely funny name for like when he was trying to call Smeagol whatever it was. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it was just hilarious because he'd get it like wrong. But no, yeah, for some reason, like something like that. But like, just hates fantasy like movies and things like that, and the Hobbits just puts him over the edge.
I know your dad for his birthday now. um, well, it's back to Batman for a minute. The big blue guy in the black tank top, that's supposed to be Solomon Grundy, right?
Is that who that was supposed to be? Because I was like, is that supposed to be like some like that? I guess that makes sense. Because I was looking at him at first, and I was like, well, maybe that's Croc, and he just has a way different look. And then I was like, well, no, that's not. That can't be Croc. Who the fuck is that guy supposed to be? I was confused.
Maybe it's Solomon Grundy. You'd have to Wikipedia
that. But that actually, when you say that, that actually sounds more like it. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, I couldn't figure out who that was supposed to be. Well, the other thing's kind of weird too. It's funny how like Penguin pretty much has like the hipster gang.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to go something a little more. He's trying to make it all kind of dapper, and he is playing himself off like a Guy Ritchie villain. And even when
then his gang's all like hipster like. That's what I thought was kind of funny. Like when you're in this bar fight, which is actually a pretty cool scene where like you go to meet Selena and you're like, oh, we gotta talk about this shit. And some guy comes up to hassle. He's like, all right, I was fucking playing pool here. And you're like, yeah, go suck a dick. Okay, Selena, let's go talk about what we're doing.
And then when you actually have that, there's something cool about like Batman barroom brawl. I don't know what it is. I already love Batman beating people up, but when you take Batman out of his elements, he's already in his element. But when you put him in like Bruce Wayne, and they just have him in bar brawl, just like plaid shirts, like this out. Like, oh, that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, especially too when like these like hipster gang comes up. It's like the Penguin needs to talk to you, Selena. Scram, you there, buddy. And then it's like the option came was like punch guy in the face. I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was just like,
I was like, fuck that guy's day up.
And then that whole part, we'll say like, even like when the Riddler comes out, not the Riddler, the Penguin comes out, and he has like that weird gas mask, almost looks like a bird skull. Like, I don't want him walking around that the whole time, but that moment, that works pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, I thought that was actually kind of a cool mask. And for the most part, I think that Telltale one's really come together well. I like the kind of Bruce Wayne dynamic. You know, I mean, once again, you're pretty much just watching an animated series episode that you get to make the decisions on, but that's kind of cool in itself. You know, I think if you were going into that game expecting Arkham Knight 5, you would be sorely like bummed.
I'm a little mad for how long it's taken them to come out, because I know the physical copy of it like earlier this month. And I'm like, okay, that means it's supposed to be coming out like every other week or something, or over the next 2 months. And they're like, oh wait, no, they're taking their sweet fucking time. So that means you bought a disc. Now you're just fucking waiting for it to come out little by little.
Well, it's kind of goofy too. It's like, why would you even sell the disc when there's nothing on the fucking disc but like a season pass? That's all it is. It's literally just a pass. You still have to download all the episodes. I think that's kind of fucking retarded.
Yeah, because if you already don't, I think the whole point of having like buying something on a disc is, well, if you're buying on a disc, you probably don't have internet access. So the second you get a disc that you need internet access to, it's just like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know, that's goofy. That's stupid. That's like Xbox philosophy, because PlayStation on PlayStation 4, I was always like, okay, all these games are at least still on the disc because you can put a game in right when you get it. And do that thing where it's like, oh, do you want to wait for the update? And it's like 5 gigs, fuck you. Skip ahead, let's just play this game right now. You can do that in the background. Mm-hmm. Or the Xbox, I really do not think most of those games are actually on the disc. I think most of the time you have just a fucking pass and you got to download it off the internet because you have to wait like overnight to play those games.
I know Xbox is trying to swoop in and get some of that PlayStation. Because like PlayStation, they were doing the thing like, I know this kind of switched off. Like Xbox 360 was being kind of cool and chill about everything. Like, hey man, we're Xbox. Come on by, have some fun. PlayStation's like, fuck you, $700 to play me. And then you get to like the next generation, and it's like Xbox like, yo, where the fuck you going? We're Xbox. Guess what? That little fucking camera is always on, always needs to be online. You can't trade games with your friends, otherwise you have to pay 10 more bucks. Fuck you. And then like PlayStation's like, hey man, you can do whatever you want. It's chill. It's cool. Come hang out. And then now they're starting to get greedy again, because now like, well, come out with the PlayStation Neo, which is a souped up version. Maybe I'm wrong, but I heard, I got to do more research on this, but I heard they're going to have exclusive PlayStation Neo games, which I hope that's not fucking true. I'm hoping just a souped up PlayStation 4. I'm hoping that's all it is. Not this midway bullshit.
Well, this is the goofy thing about it. We're only 2 years away for when a PlayStation 5 should just be coming out. So it's like in a sense, that's like a half-assed version of what the PlayStation 5 should be. And Xbox is doing the exact same thing with the Scorpio, which really, if you think about it, this is pretty much what Nintendo's doing right now, too. But maybe they're trying to fuck over Nintendo once again because Nintendo's doing the NX next year, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, we'll fucking one-up you. We'll make an even more advanced version of our PlayStation and Xbox. And now
Oh, it's not
like,
hopefully it's not another Dreamcast. I mean that in the I don't mean that like in a like Dreamcast sucked, but Dreamcast is just premature.
you mean like the NX? Well, that's what I mean, is like, because Nintendo's been they've been like 2 steps behind, which no matter what, they always have like almost some of the best games anyways because they're Nintendo, and Xbox and PlayStation can't stand up to that. But the NX if the NX comes out, it's like, okay, now it matches the PS4 and Xbox One, and then all of a sudden, boom, they release these like rape editions of their systems. And they keep saying like, well, no, you'll still be able to play the games on it, but will it be like one of those ones like when right when the PS4 kind of came out and they started, releasing some of those games where it came out on both PS4 and PS3, and if you got that PS3 version, it was almost like your system was about to die as you were playing. It's like, I'm trying to play it for you, but the graphics are just too hard. And some of the games too, it's like, because I had like the Resident Evil Revelations too, because before I got a PS4, I bought it right on PS3. And I remember looking at that game, I was like, man, this game does not look that great on here. It's just like, it is just barely making it to play on that PS3, just barely. And I just hope that's not what it's going to become. It's like, oh yeah, well, it will play on your PS4, but how well it plays,
It's up to you.
I also kind of want to do also with the VR, is it the reason why they're releasing those new systems is that to make it so, hey, the VRs might not work so well on the old system, so we need to up the fucking ante so it'll work fine on the new system. It's a weird one.
People can say what they will, but I still don't give a fuck for VR. Maybe once I actually played it, I'll feel different. And, I know it's the wave of the future, but nothing has made me excited for VR. For a minute, I was kind of excited on the Rick and Morty thing, but then I saw the footage of it, and I'm like, I mean, it looks like... Here's the thing. The Wii was a stepping stone, but it didn't really pick up from there. Maybe kind of VR will, sort of. But Wii was sort of a stepping stone. I understand what it was trying to do, but it's just like, you know what? I'd rather just sit here and have a regular controller and not have to wave my arms around to play the game. Where VR, maybe it's trying to make the next couple steps from that, but no, I got a feeling the first like good handful of games is just going to be like stare at this girl from Dead or Alive, be all creepy like, and then like just some small kind of like, all right, this is more testing mechanics. Here's the Rick and Morty game, which I'm sure will be funny, but
Yeah. Oh, I just want to say this. This is kind of off topic, but when I was playing the Batman Telltale, and for some reason the Rick and Morty thing reminded me of it. Picture this. Picture a Telltale game that's Archer.
That would be funny. I like it. Bruce Wayne does look a lot like Archer in that game.
Well, that's where we were getting the idea from. It's like, oh fuck, Bruce Wayne just looks like Archer's kind of like more like a little bit more.
Just a different ass. That's a game where you would be picking the most asshole thing to say.
But that's what I mean. Like, think about like Archer is set up perfectly for a Telltale game because you would have all your dickhole responses. And then you could have your action scenes too. Like, I'm like, dude, that would be fucking badass.
And still, even though, like, I think that there is no real nice response to anybody, unless there is one, maybe even if you're being nice to somebody, it's greatly putting down somebody else. Like, in order to, like, make Pam feel nice, you got to put down Cheryl. You know what I mean? So it's just constantly judging. Yeah. You're being
it's like who
to somebody.
Yeah, who are you going to insult, or by like insulting one person, you gain trust of the other, and like they can have the story branch that way. But I'm like,
and you could always just strong arm Cyril. You could always just strong arm Cyril into doing something for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, that would be a really cool. It'd be almost the perfect way to make a game because they've tried to make games off like sitcoms before. You think of like this. There's all the Simpsons games, and they're always been fun. And there's been a Family Guy game and a few of those, and also Beavis and Butthead and so on. But I actually think that Telltale way is almost the ultimate perfect way for a cartoon to kind of go. Especially I think Archer would be like just dialed in perfectly for it. Plus, the graphics are already practically Archer graphics, anyways.
Archer, and also Rick and Morty, I think would make sense too. But Archer's perfect for it.
Yeah, like Rick and Morty, but I mean, like Archer, like Telltale wouldn't have to do anything. They already have their graphics practically set up for Archer.
And you just got to get the writers to come in and just make a script, or just like you just rudest, meanest things you could say to anybody.
Yeah, like I thought that'd be really cool, but yeah, that just kind of reminded me of there when you're talking about the Rick and Morty VR. But going back to that VR, it's one of those ones like VR has always been that exciting thing for about the last 30 years or so. Ever since our kind of Lawnmower Man and those early like arcade games we'd get that were like partial VR, like the Star Wars one, where you'd play as Luke or Darth Vader, and you'd like have to. It was pretty much just a one-on-one like shooter / lightsaber battle game, but that stuff was cool back in the day. And I think nowadays, I think at first there'll be like some of those games where it won't be like 100% VR. It'll be more like, okay, you put your VR helmet on, and let's just say you're playing something like Tomb Raider. Well, now you're literally like locked into this game. So you, in a sense, you block out your cabinets and your posters and your wall of life in your home. And now you are sucked into the game, literally, where no matter what direction you look, you are inside this game. And I think just that in itself, even if you're just holding an Xbox controller in your hand and you can look around, I think that would be kind of a cool way to play it, because it's going to look like you're playing it on a movie theater screen, but in your house. And that in itself, I think, is really neat.
Yeah, I think that eventually, don't get me wrong, I think VR is going to pick up and become a pretty awesome thing. I just don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be like that Mario 64 jump where you go from Mario World to like, whoa, what the fuck is this? I think we're going to see it little by little. And I think the first couple of steps are going to be, kind of like, well, it's a step, but, we got to kind of choke it down. And I don't mean to be dismissive about it, because I know at least someone's pushing towards it. And, a lot of people are being like, this guy's saying that? The guy who's like, how do I turn my tweets back on?
Well, it is called the Old Man Orange podcast for a reason. But, well, it's one of those ones, like, I think that, because I was saying about that the other day, is when, because the N64 just had its 20th anniversary. Make yourself feel old, kids.
It had its what?
20th anniversary. Like, I think 2 days ago, like a day or 2 days ago. And I thought about it, I'm like, realistically, I think the N64 is pretty much the biggest, like, oh my God moment of video games. I mean, obviously, if you weren't there for the time, you're not going to know that experience. But I thought about it from that point on, I'm like, no other system had that, oh my God, like, this is ridiculous. Going from Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo to being, boom, we're in this full-on 3D world. That was a humongous jump. Because, then you go, let's just say you go to the GameCube and PS2 era next. Well, that was just taking the N64 graphics, and it was still a pretty good jump, but it was just making them smoother. The character models look better, and it was more of the same stuff. Just everything was smoother and better looking. Mm-hmm. And that's almost how PS3 was. It was the next step. We're going to add more level. We're going to add more depth, and then PS4 comes out, and it's like, okay, now everything's crystal clear. You can see things really far away. The lighting, the shadowing, that's the stuff that's really make it stand out. It's almost not the big picture. It's all the little things they're able to do. But boy, literally going from Super Mario World to jumping into Super Mario 64, I just don't think it's going to be hard to capture that big of a jump again. I mean, it will happen at some point, but
I'm sure it will. And maybe it's going to be, don't get me wrong, because I think it will be, maybe once utilize a game franchise I care about, like, well, I'm wrong. I like Dead or Alive. I just don't want a Dead or Alive game where I just stare at girls creepily. The thing is, like, have you seen the footage of that?
You'll say that, and then the second that someone's like, "Hey, dude, you want to come over and check my VR?" Oh yeah, I'll come by. We'll check this Dead or Alive one out. Oh, that's kind of fucking nerdy. Put this on. You're like, mind if I borrow this for the weekend? No. It'll be like just Mass Effect. Someone's like, dude, you could just fuck like all these chicks at Mass Effect. You're like, that's fucking gay. Why would you even want to do that in a video game? And the next thing you know, you're playing and you're like, I'm gonna fuck every single one of these chicks just because I can.
Look, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. If that, like, say, like, if I can fuck
that dude, I will fuck that alien dude too.
What is it? I'm open.
I'm open to anything. I don't care. If I can fuck it, it will get fucked.
I'm progressive. I'm saying, like, all right, so say there's, like, it's one of those things, like, okay, when I got Grand Theft Auto 5, It's like, oh, you can go to the strip club, and then you could do like a private dance where if you play it long enough, the girl gets naked or whatever. And I was like, okay, so I went and did that. Like, oh, I did that, I saw it, and then never really went and did it again. And I'm not judging people who do it all the time because it's just basically tits, but it's almost kind of one of those things like, yeah, we live in the age of the internet, and you could probably, but I know VR is a lot more. I know because it's interacting to something you're doing and not something you're pushing a button to. But still, I mean, it's one of those things like if that was like something in the game, then, even I'd probably like, you know what, I'll see what this thing is for a minute, just as I saw it, but then. Is coming down to like that's what the game is. Have you seen the video though? The thing about the video is the game is not all like, oh, stop it. The game's like, leave me alone. What are you doing? Don't touch me there. No. That's the thing is the guy's like, yeah, yeah. He's getting down on the ground, looking at her ass like, stop it. Just like, it's unsettling. It is. Have you seen the video for it?
Is this the Dead or Alive thing an actual game?
It's not. I think it's an actual game. Who knows? Maybe it's like a hack or a mod somebody make. But they showed a Japanese dude with the VR headset on. He had the hand thing, and they show what he sees, and they show the actual what's in the game. And I think maybe it's Kasumi, but he's basically kind of staring at her, and basically if you look at her tits, she's covering her tits and like stepping back, like stop it, and he's reaching out with like the kind of glove thing. And then like she's like moving her hand like no don't, and then like he's like going around looking up her ass, and it's just like one of those things like, so you're seeing what the guy sees, and then you're seeing this
Japanese guy.
You see this Japanese dude with this shit on his face with these hands on his hands and knees doing this to like just air. It's like in like what looks like kind of like a break room. It's kind of unsettling, really.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. I mean, that makes sense to me because it just seems like
that's
bound to happen.
Sell. That's what's gonna sell that thing. That's what's gonna move units.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I understand that. Maybe there'll be a fun game involved in there. It's kind of like the Dead or Alive beach volleyball one. It was a pretty good volleyball simulator. I have to give it that.
The only reason people played that game, yeah.
That's what I bought it for. Well, mainly because it's like, oh, that and then the collection mindset. So we're gonna have them all. Fucking Pokemon's ruined me for that set. It's like, gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Even if sometimes you don't want a game, you just gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
But, no, I think what will change it, I think it's just like, initially, I think that movie theater kind of like aspect, I think is cool. And you can get that right now. I know that they have a lot of games where, if you hook it up, the VR to like your Xbox or whatever, that's kind of about all it really is. It's like you're sitting in a movie theater and you just get this like ginormous screen. I think that in itself though is pretty cool, just to say like, oh fuck, I got this 180-inch screen just by putting these goggles on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So I think that in itself is kind of, and almost like instead of being your right joystick where like you can look around, well now you just kind of can look around with your head and kind of get a different perspective. I think that in itself will be pretty cool. And I know it's real simple. It's not really asking a whole lot. I know everybody's like looking for the games. Like, where's the game where I, gonna crawl around my hands and knees and look at stuff? It's like, I'm not talking about those kind of games. I think just a full on being locked into the game, and having the sound and the picture all around you, I think will really make the experience just really cool for games already. Once they get to a point where they can maybe dial in the controls in a sense like your Wii style controls, okay, there's stuff that could be cool there, but yeah, I think it's gonna take Nintendo really to get a game in that's really fucking dialed.
I mean, they're probably the first two choices, if I had to guess, is probably Legend of Zelda and Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid would probably be the way to go, because Mario would be kind of like a goofy choice.
Wait, you want me to fucking jump?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just one of those things, just first person Mushroom Kingdom, and just like, I don't know. What comes to mind, I'm sure Nintendo will make it look good and make it look pretty. But it's like when you see a lot of like, I give people credit when you see a bunch of like, independent mods of stuff where it's like some kind of first person engine, but it's all in Mario World. And it's just, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Where they take like the Doom engine or they take the Quake engine or something like that and put Mario things in there.
Yeah, yeah. Just something about that always just feels off-putting. I don't know why.
No, I mean,
but
Yeah, and I know that VR for the PlayStation's, I think it's coming out in November. It's actually not that far away. And, the downfall is you'll probably buy it. It'll be like the iToy for PS2. That's a perfect example of kind of how things start off. I remember because like Josh got it. And I can't remember if it was my birthday or Josh's birthday or something like that. And we like bought over like when we were all playing at the party. It's like, whoa, okay, fucking iToy. Like 12 people playing it. And that was one of those kind of games like it was fun and funny when you're like 14 for like all of like a span of 24 hours. And then after that, that's done.
We just get to slap ninjas out of the way, and beyond that, just like, well, no,
Yeah, and like wash windows, which.
Well, I feel like it's gonna be good.
I was just saying, it's like you remember there's like the washing windows one. It's like, oh, I figured out how you could like make this easier. You just like use your ass to like take up the whole screen, and you just clear the whole window in one fell swoop.
I never played the iToy game just because I was like, I already got a Wii, so fuck. Because I think they were just trying.
That was way before the Wii.
Was it? I thought it was around the same time, or maybe it was like
it was in PS2. It was PS2
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, actually.
There's like the iToy 2 or something for PS3, but
that's right. Well, yeah, the iToy was just. I mean, nothing about it really jumped out at me, and I got what it was trying to do, but yeah. You know, it's all this stuff that's making a step, but just I feel like everything is going to be like an iPhone mini game for the first generation, because that's even what DS was all just kind of like a lot of their earlier games. I don't mean like, you know, games that were ports, but I mean games like, look, it's all the dialysts and like touch based and all that. Those
first 6 months.
Those first 6 months were entirely like not even really complete games. There was that Yoshi. I remember just because I was like, I just gotta. Yeah, there's that Yoshi game where it's like you gotta like, you know. I was like, oh, cool, like a Yoshi, not Yoshi Story, Yoshi's Island style adventure game. That's gonna be awesome. And then I'm playing the game, like I can't make a move. You just walk it. What the? I gotta draw clouds from to walk on and circle bad guys. And then I realize, this game is entirely built on just trying to guide him, make him not fucking die, and then it's like it's an arcade game because there was no now you know just seeing how long he could last. It was a totally like a pre-iPhone game for $40-something.
You know what's the worst part too is they put that game on the Wii U. It's like, who the fuck wants that game? Who the fuck was gonna pay another $8 for that game and get scammed into it once again?
I bought the game. Well, I mean, I just thought like, it's a side-scrolling adventure game, and I'm probably going to use the stylus a little bit. Cool. Then I'm like, what's... So then I even played the game begrudgingly, just because like, I spent this fucking money, so I got to at least get, like, 40 hours...
Some use out of it.
Yeah, like, like I spent $40 on it, so I got to at least spend, like, 40 hours on it to get my money back, so... Begrudgingly just choke it down, because I don't like it.
Yeah, No, yeah, that's true. I think that's what, like, because that's kind of like, you get the Oculus Rift games, and I kind of look at some of those ones there, read about them, and, it seems like that's sort of what they are. They're all kind of like tech demos, in a sense.
I feel bad. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was like, you got to try out the features, like, you got to watch Yoshi go across the clouds and circle bad guys, and that's kind of what you're doing. You're trying out the features. In a sense, the games are getting feedback from this, and they're kind of letting it out there, making some money so that they can start working on other products, but... I don't know. When the PlayStation 1 comes out, yeah, they'll probably be like the regular gimmicky game that comes with it. But once again, I think that it would be cool if they just have those games where it's like you put it on, and as I said, I know it doesn't sound like much, but you could just look around and play your regular video games, but with the headset on, that could be kind of cool in itself.
Oculus Rift, I feel bad for that, because that's the one that was like, we're a little independent company, we're trying to make this thing as best we can, we want to just really push it forward. All we want to do is really just give people a good time. They're starting to pick up momentum. Then PlayStation's like, fuck that shit. We got our own. Now people have kind of almost forgot about the Oculus Rift.
I know. Well, then there's the other one that's out for computer too. I don't know, not HTC, but whatever. There's that other VR one that people say is better than the Oculus Rift. So yeah, Oculus Rift kind of getting pushed to the side. Even I guess if you're a PC gamer,
luckily. I mean, not luckily for them. I won't know.
But for them, yeah, that's a good thing.
Well, I guess it made some money, so it's probably, I don't really know what they're gonna do, because it's one of those things. It's like the. I guess it's almost kind of like, hey, I'm gonna start up this, this fat. This is a shitty allegory, but I'm already there. I'm going to start up this small little like brand called Arby's. Well, I'm going to start with this other brand called McDonald's. Oh, they just totally ripped us off. Fuck you. We're bigger now. It seems kind of like that sort of,
No, that definitely comes across.
Even though I know it's really different, the little roast beef thing, but you get the idea.
No, yeah, it's still like fast food sandwiches in a sense when you all break it down. But the Oculus Rift might still hold on well for all those PC gamer elitist people.
Yeah.
I think it's just for the console gamers. It's like, whatever, fuck.
I'm not. I don't spend enough time on online forums or like chat rooms or even fucking comment sections to pay attention to fucking online. I know there is like this PC master race thing, but I don't even really keep up with it. I know it's there, but
I don't even have to go online to see it. You just see it when you talk to people in regular life. It's just you get the PC gamer people, and it's funny whenever they have to cower down and buy a console to get some games. Like, you had to cower down and get that, didn't you?
are they people? Are they like people like, oh, I just do a lot of PC gaming. That's as far as it ever gets. I never really get that far into it. But are they just kind of like, oh my god, it's just such a waste of money to get this Xbox or whatever, like that kind of shit? Or
Well, it's like the main up reason why that people like PC gaming is that the games themselves are cheaper. That's always how it's been, but it's the fact that you can keep constantly upgrading your PC, every couple months or so, and the games are always going to look much better than the PlayStation. Because you get a PlayStation, and 5 years from then, the hardware is already 5 years old, where you can constantly keep upgrading that PC, so certain games are going to just look much better, and that's always kind of how it is. But to me, I've never always felt that comfortable playing video games on the computer. It's not like a comfortable setting. I mean, now I know you could set your computer up and have it so you're playing it on the couch and everything like that, but I don't know. I almost like my computer and my consoles all being sort of separate from each other. If that makes any sense.
I get you. I'm kind of the same way, but I mean, I did play some like, look, I played the fuck out of Lego Island.
Oh, I remember that game. That was actually for when that game came out, though. That was actually a pretty ballsy kind of
Back
like
when I was a kid, but
exploring game.
It's one of those things where since then, though, I haven't really played. There's no real like, yeah. Well, yeah, actually, that game don't hold up now. I kind of looked at old footage of it, like, oh yeah, it's walking around an island made of like Lego people. You're like, shit, there ain't fucking anything to do on this fucking island. You got the fucking police station. You got the pizza parlor. Oh, look, a random house. Beyond that, though, it's just like, oh, we gotta go to the hospital. Like, God, what the fuck do they do on this island?
Well, at the time, though,
it blew your fucking mind.
Yeah, it really did. And, there's a lot of, like I will say, like, the PC in, like, the 90s, fucking, there were so many mind-blowing moments on there. And I think maybe, once again, it's all tied in, like, around the N64. And just that, I think that period from, like, 95 to, like, 2000, I don't know if you could ever capture that mind-blowing. I mean, every generation is probably going to have their own point when they're just mind-blown. But for us, I just remember, like, because you were just discovering these games that you went from fucking Atari and Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo and Genesis, and all of a sudden you're just in these ginormous fucking 3D worlds, even if they didn't have a whole lot in them. And PC games were the ones, too, where you could, like, kind of, like, break them. And, like, I remember playing certain games where it's like you fucking jump over, like, a fence that you were never normally supposed to go over, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, what the fuck? I can drive out and constantly keep going out here? Like, what's out here? Like, is your child mind's thinking, like, there's got to be something way out here, which nowadays you'd be like, there's nothing fucking out there. That's just
glitch.
They put that fence up because they didn't want you to go out there because they just knew that there was nothing out there and that was where the game ends. But you would drive and you'd keep going, and then all of a sudden you'd, like, fall off the edge of the earth, and you're like, oh, fuck, maybe something's going to happen. But it was a very cool experience. And I feel like nowadays games are so almost, like, boarded up that you can't really have, not saying you can't, like, dive into getting weird things like that, but you don't get those kind of, like, maybe glitch isn't really the right word, but that sort of way where you're like, oh, fuck, like, how far can I actually explore on this island that I'm not really supposed to go, but I am going?
I remember there's the whole thing, you weren't supposed to, this shows my extent of PC gaming. You weren't supposed to take the extra hot pizza to the Brickster, who was locked up in the, who was locked up at the police station for Lego Island. So the thing about that is, like, well, I know he's going to get out and destroy that without realizing that's part of the game. So it's like, well, I guess I did all the racing and I, delivered all the other pizzas. I'm not going to take it to this guy because I know he's just going to fuck everything up. So, yeah. And then, like, oh, that's actually what you got to do to finish the game. Like, yeah, that seems like too much work. So I never did that last part. I never did that because, like, why fuck it up if I do that? So I'm not going to do that. But I remember the Brickster just, like, now I look back, like, oh, that was part of the game. You had to do that. But remember that thing was just basically trying to be another Bart Simpson? Like, I'm the dude with the food. Remember that bullshit?
I do.
Pepper?
Boy, that's one of those games, too, and I haven't thought about that game in 15 years or whatever. It actually takes me back because that game was pretty darn impressive when that came out.
Remember, if you walked into somebody, they just explode and then like collects back into pieces or something like that when they hit the ground.
Yeah, it was that weird. Yeah, boy, I almost want to. I know the game's not gonna be nearly the same, but it sounds kind of fun to download and just like play it and see. Well, what the hell's going on here?
Well, in Legoland, you can't go on the grass. You just have to walk down the path. It's literally just kind of an on-rail thing. There's like, oh, look, there's a sidewalk. I can go down the sidewalk, but fuck, you stay the fuck off that grass. That shit's not tolerated on Lego Island. They'll send you adrift.
Oh, funny.
I love the way you said funny.
Funny. I don't know. It's
That was
getting
a
that
sympathy
late.
laugh, like, oh, I'll give it to you. All right, okay.
I was like, fuck it. Podcast day. I guess we gotta do something for it. Did you know anything about this podcast day except for like a handful of days ago?
I didn't know.
Like, who the fuck makes these days up? Like, was there ever a podcast day in the last couple of years? Because I don't remember anything like
Not
that.
that I know of. I turned
Yeah, maybe this is a whole new thing.
What is? Because I don't even know what the fuck this is. Does that mean everybody records a podcast today or something? Because I literally turned on Twitter. Because well, actually, first off, Twitter just keeps on fucking sending me messages, but I don't know the fuck how to like just get it onto my tab bar to where when someone is reaching out to me for whatever reason, whatever, fuck it. But the thing was like, yeah, I just saw this happy podcast day, everybody. I'm like, okay, happy podcast. Here's what I'd usually post: a link to our newest one, Magnificent Seven. Hope you like it. All right, whatever.
Yeah, well, I knew about it since about Monday. Like, I heard about it from somebody else or something on there, and I knew it was coming up. But I was like, well, nowadays it seems like every day is something day. Like, and it's almost kind of get to the point where it's like, okay, do we need a day for everything? It's like even podcasts. It's like every fucking day is podcast day. We do not need a certain day for podcasts. Like, what is there going to be movie day? Like, oh, today we're going to watch a movie. Like, what? Like, not like every other fucking day you can't watch a movie. It's kind of a retarded fucking thing. And you see it with a lot of shit where people just make these days like, oh, today's retro video game day.
We're special.
Or today's like where I take my balls and wrap them around my neck day. It's like, why? Like, well, that's probably more special than all the other ones. But still.
I want to see this.
But it is that kind of thing. Like, I don't know why people feel like they got to have a day for everything. I mean, like, if you had a holiday calendar of like all the internet special days, you would never be able to make heads or tails of what the fuck's going on. I mean, someday it's like, today's laundry day. It's like, why?
We all
like,
do
it's National Laundry Day. You got to celebrate your washing machine. It's like, take a picture of it and send it a selfie on the internet. It's like, no, stop. Just,
like,
but it's like,
Spencer, you're angering. You're not fulfilling it right. You're angering the laundry gods. The what? The laundry gods. They'll cast down with flaming laundry with the souls of 1,000 burning virgins and destroy the world if you don't pray to the laundry gods on Laundry Day.
And they're like, same with the podcast gods. See, whenever anything gets too popular, a god appears, and then we have to appease them by creating a day for them.
It's like, you're just like, whatever, fucking Laundry Day. And then all of a sudden, you go down to your fucking, like, washing machine, and you just start spewing blood.
And it starts slamming around like the piano in Mario 64, like, brum, brum, brum.
Teeth coming out, like, like coming out.
The door flapping open.
God, nothing in Resident Evil or Silent Hill ever came close to just walk out, holy fuck, like the piano just coming towards you.
Oh my god, that piano in Mario 64 was just, the first time you see that is so scary. I think that does. That tops almost all the scares in any other horror game. And I think the main reason why is because you don't expect something to be that fucking scary in Mario.
But yeah, no, but like, that right there though, I don't know who comes up with all these fucking days.
Yeah, and who's the guy who makes the day? Who's the one that made fucking podcast day?
I don't know, podcast day? Maybe it's a guy who makes microphones or some shit. I don't know. I imagine everything else has got to be like, it's Laundry Day? Okay, probably Tide and some other like detergent company.
And Arm & Hammer sponsors this, so.
What's this? This is Books Day? Okay, fucking Book Day. All right, cool.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's goofy. And it's just, I think the internet just kind of shows you, because like it seems like every day is something else day, so which really makes things not seem very special at all. And even podcast day, it's just like, I don't know, I saw that, and yeah, okay, I used the hashtag a couple times just to my own advantage. I thought, well, maybe this will get farther, which you didn't really do anything
I think just
out of the normal.
oversaturation.
Yeah, just oversaturation, which probably makes it even harder to share a podcast on podcast day than any other day. But, I don't know, fucking stupid shit. That's all I have to say. So that's our podcast day episode, is talking about how fucking stupid podcast day is.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. That's probably a good place to wrap it up at, fucking podcast day. So if you have a dumb day for something, I guess you can tell us all about it at Old Man Orange at oldmanorange.podcast@yahoo.com. Till then, check out oldmanorange.com for more podcasts, cartoons, music, and more. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan.
And we will see you some other time.
Later, folks.
Thanks for listening to the Old Man Orange podcast. Check out our website at oldmanorange.com for even more podcasts, cartoons, videos, music, and more. Send us an email at oldmanorangepodcast@yahoo.com. Be sure to subscribe, share, rate, and review us on iTunes, Podomatic, or any of the other fine sites we might be located on. And if you want to help out even more, click on the Amazon or GameStop links on our webpage before you make any purchases there. Won't cost you a penny, but it sends us a little something our way. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week to Old Man Orange.